Hi guys, this is Jacob John, and as you can see, today with me is...
Hi, my name is Maria Manappallil.
So Maria and me, we both are planning to do something different because after the examination, Maria is totally confused as you can make out from her face. No offense though, but still. In this short video, I'm going to just tell a little bit about, substantiate what Maria has to ask. I'm totally devoid of what she was going to ask me. Anyhow, keep watching. Alright, so let me just go scratch Maria and find out what she has to say. Okay, Maria, shoot.
So I've heard this doubt among IELTS students whether they should answer the questions in a different way. So is it fine if they answer in a cliche manner?
Cliche. So guys, let me just tell you, as you all know that IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System, and of course you're so familiar with that, aren't you?
Yeah, right.
Of course you are. And how many modules do we have? LRWS, to make it more easy, I'm just saying that. What are those?
Writing, reading, listening and speaking.
Listening, reading, writing and speaking, or vice versa, whatever it is as writing, reading, listening, speaking. Anyhow, it's having 4 modules, and she has some doubts regarding the speaking module, which is of course maybe on the day of the main exam, which is listening, reading and writing, or a day before or a day after. So the first question that Maria actually asked me is like, warm up. Of course, we know that speaking module comprises of 3 parts. The first is like warm up. The examiner has some sort of a warm up question with you just to make you familiar with the examination pattern, I guess so, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the second part, which is a long turn or the task card or the cue card, whatever you can call it as, it'll be of a general topic, anything under the sky. Guys, I want you to understand one thing is like in IELTS, they can ask you anything under the sky, whatever it is. So you cannot just have some sort of a preconceived notion or having in your mind that this is the only question that is to be asked. Last but not least, they're going to ask you about the follow-up, right?
Yeah,
exactly. It can be related to the cue card or the task card that you have just spoken, or maybe related to something which is totally adjacent, or maybe a hint of it or tinge of it in that particular question. Alright, so what Maria asked over here is like, is it okay to answer cliche questions? Cliche questions? Could you exactly give me an idea or like a little bit of what exactly cliche questions are?
Like sometimes they ask the hometown, about hometown. Most of the students I have heard, like they answer, my hometown is situated in the southern part of Kerala. It's like, it's kind of becoming a cliche. So is that fine?
If you just ask me whether that's fine or not, what exactly you want to say is like, it is fine. First of all, try to understand that IELTS speaking is like, as I have just mentioned, it's anything under the sky can be asked, right? So it differs from person to person. It is not like that you have to by heart something or have some sort of a, part to teaching or something. Like you are going to say this only in the examination. It depends upon the examiner what they're going to ask you, isn't it? So I don't think that by hearting something or having something in your mind could actually help you with the warm-up section. Not only the warm-up section, all the 3 sections in a speaking module. So if you're speaking about like, I do belong to this particular part, southern, northern, eastern, whatever part of that state is, you can say that. It's not at all an issue. But apart from that, what I would like to personally say is like, say a little bit about your hometown, how beautiful it is. Use lexical resources. It shows that you have a wide range of vocabs. For instance, it's beautiful, it's picturesque, the serene beauty, it's outstanding, it's enticing, the particular feel, paddy feel, whatever is there. If you're going to use words like that and if you're going to explain or describe the place, it actually adds an oomph to your speaking, right? Adds a little bit more essence. I can look at Maria's face right now and she's like, well, I understood what you said, but she's having another question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Maria, so let me just get the maximum out of her. So tell me, what exactly do you have in your mind? Perhaps your second question or something?
Yeah, I've always had this doubt. Yes or no questions are often asked during the IELTS speaking test.
Definitely, do you agree?
Is it fine if they give a direct, like a simple yes or no answer?
Alright, yes or no. Many a times when students appear for IELTS examination, they'll be having a little bit of fear in them. Not only for IELTS, almost all examinations in a public field, of course, they'll be having some sort of a fear. No matter how much you're preparing, you have all sorts of techniques such as breathing technique, you eat chocolate to release your tension and everything, but still they'll be having a fear when they actually confront an unknown person or a stranger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So yes or no? What exactly do you mean by yes or no? When somebody is asking you something, particularly in a language test, what's the purpose of asking questions in an English language test? It is just to find out how fast, what all are the ways, not only what is it, the speed or pace, how much you can speak. I guess that's the main purpose. How much, how far can you speak? So just limiting your answer to yes or no doesn't seem appropriate. Could you please just tell me a little bit about yourself? Of course I can. I have so much to say. So please don't limit your answers to yes or no. You're not convinced? You are?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, she's convinced. Okay, so do you have anything other than this up your sleeves? Oh, enough looking on to your prepared questions. I know that she's having a bundle of questions prepared. But what I want to say is like, I'm not actually, blaming her or I'm pointing fingers onto her. It's not like that. I hope you can understand that. She's totally confused. She wants to ask me a lot of questions. Now she's only limited to warm-up questions. All right, anyhow. So do you have any other questions?
Yeah, the very first questions, that is the warm-up session, is when the examiner asks you a lot of questions. But what does this warm-up reflect?
Right, that's actually a wonderful question from her side. What does warm-up reflect? Let me just tell you, many of you guys might be hitting the gym, right? Of course, you and I, we wouldn't do that. But still, if you take the society, many people always, they want to be so fit, so they would be hitting the gym. So when you take an admission to a gym or a place where you have to do some sort of physical exercise, what exactly are they starting with? Warm-up, isn't it? Could you tell me why it is? To familiarize your body to all sorts of exercises, what they actually have in reserve for you. Similarly, or likewise, exactly that is what is happening in a language test, whether it be IELTS, PDE, TOEFL, whatever language test it is. The first phase will be warm-up. Why? To familiarize you with the examination. And apart from that, to make you at ease, to check your confidence level. Not only that, to bring you into that examination mode, because you'll be all Frankie, I don't know what, all threatened, terrified. You'll be having all sorts of notion. Oh my God, whether I'm gonna say right. Oh my God, will I get the desired score? So anyhow, just to alleviate all sorts of tension, warm-up questions are asked prior to entering the main part of the examination. Enough! I'm totally done with your question. I know that you're having a lot of questions, as I can see right now over here. She's having a diary full of questions. So guys, stay tuned with us. This video is going to be continued. Whatever doubt she's asking, we'll refer those doubts and I'll just provide you what's the purpose of those doubts in upcoming videos. Thank you so much.